Hello and welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Capricorns. This is for Capricorn in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading. It's not a personal one. So please do take what does resonate for you. If anything I say that doesn't resonate, leave it for somebody else. If it doesn't resonate for you at all and this isn't your message, please scroll on by. I hope that I will do another reading another day that does resonate for you. Or you can also, of course, check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Alright, so anything I'm saying in this reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, go ahead and reverse them. Also, if I didn't say it already, this is a timeless message, so it's for whenever you come across it. My dear Capricorns. Alright. What is coming towards my Cappies? Today I want to look at what's coming towards you next in love, and if any other messages relating to anything else come through, I'm going to mention those as well. And if you're new to the channel, huge welcome. Thank you for trying me out. If you're a returning subscriber, then huge welcome back. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for all the amazing support, the lovely comments, the likes, the shares, everything. It means the world to me. Okay, Capricorn. What do we need to know for my Cappies, please? What's coming towards them? Let's get into it. We have the butterfly, evolving and growth, next phase, healing the inner child and releasing the past. Lush. All right. For Capricorn, please. A couple more messages for my Cappies. Oh, Lord. We have ship. You are serious about releasing the past. Cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving. So it can talk about arriving at a destination, but it can also be like setting off from a dock and leaving, you know, it's kind of like feeling of moving away from something and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller in your rear view mirror. So there's really a sense of leaving what you don't need behind. Okay. Give me another one for Capricorn. What's coming towards them next, please? We have the Death card, which says the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead. Two cards there that talk about transformation, and they also say growth on both of them as well. So some serious development here, Cap. This could be talking about personal transformation, you know, who you were, what worked for you in the past, you're leaving that behind. How people knew you, how people perceived you in the past, no longer the case going forward, because it's not just a superficial change that has taken place. It's actually like a change right down to your core. All right. Let me get some from another deck. Tell me more about what's coming towards Capricorn, please, next. Something's well and truly over now. That doesn't have to be a relationship. Obviously, for some of you, it is talking about that. It's talking about a connection that you're fully accepting that's in the past, and we're not looking backwards, we're looking forwards. For others of you, it's just a way of the way you were. Sorry, I just had the Barbara Streisand song jump into my head, The Way We Were, and I had to stop myself from trying to sing it. No one wants that. So it could well be talking about, you know, the person that you thought you knew Capricorn was before. No longer that person. So let's see what's coming towards my Capricorns, please. We have elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Okay. Tell me more, please. Chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. Depth, awareness, importance, and value. Okay, interesting. I'm getting that there could be someone that you're having some sort of new spark with, Capricorn, in the near future. There could be a new attraction, or sparks could be flying between the two of you. This could be very exciting. But there is... It's also, it could be more important than it seems on first glance, if you know what I mean. It's like this Could be someone that you have an instant attraction with, but there could actually be more importance to that situation than it seems at first. But why is the elusive card here, please? Why the elusive card? Stress, turbulence, tension, arguments. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. The bottom of the deck when that came out was confessions, unveiling, coming clean. Underneath it is exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. Okay. Someone has been being, or they're, and this is what's coming towards you, there's like someone hiding some things. They may be hiding how important they actually view you, or a connection with you that might be, if it's not something that's already existing in your life, this is someone that you might be meeting where the attraction is instant and you feel the chemistry, but might be confused as to why it's not going any further than that. And it seems like there's an element of deception. Someone may have felt trapped and overwhelmed by having a lot on their plate. And so they were being you couldn't pin them down. You didn't feel like you could get a straight answer out of them about what was going on. This is kind of like them trying to put you off. I'm using the past and present tense, so apologies, but obviously everyone's on a different timeline. So for some of you, this is what's already happened. For others of you, this is what's coming towards you. There's you can't pin somebody down here about, is this more than just, you can feel the sparks like flying off each other, but is there more to it than that? And it's almost like they've been trying to put you off, put that conversation off, put the importance off for another time, because there was something they were dealing with which was draining them of all of their energy. For some of you, this is someone who that situation already happened and they want to kind of come back and confess and reveal what was going on with them, really what was going on. Okay, let's get into the tarot, shall we? For my Capricorns, please, what is coming towards Cappy next in love? We have let me just cover it up a bit. We have the Devil in reverse, which is your major arcana, Capricorn, but it's also talking about a release of things that felt like restrictive. It's a release of thinking you can't do something, that you're not good enough, or someone here is releasing that. At the bottom of the deck when that came out was the Ace of Cups. So I love to see the Devil in reverse. This is getting away from feeling restricted and trapped and controlled. Now that control can come from within us as well. If you don't believe that you are capable of more, that is you setting limitations on yourself through that lack of self-belief. So we'll see. What was the Devil about, please? It's in reverse. Can also be an external factor, of course. We have the Seven of Pentacles that came out in reverse. Now, this Seven of Pentacles in this deck, in the upright, it's almost like a reverse Seven of Pentacles when it's in the upright, because you see there's someone here who has been planting their seeds or their pentacles and hoping that it's going to go somewhere, or hoping that it would work out. So this has actually come out, but it hasn't. It's like a wasteland. It's like trying to grow a plant in a desert, basically, which is a plant that really needs water. I'm really drawn to the fact also, which I don't think I've noticed with this card before, and I've used this deck hundreds of times, that there are 3 like vultures waiting on a tree in the background. I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up. That's probably asking a bit too much of my very old phone, but this actually feels like there could have been a situation where you felt like you weren't progressing, but you may not have realized. If you think about trying to plant a beautiful flower and you're waiting for it to bloom, but every time you come back to it, it's like there's no buds, and you think you're just a terrible gardener. But you might not know that there's actually been like either a bird coming down and when you're not looking, eating the buds off of your plant, or I'm not talking about anything really. I don't know if birds actually do that with buds, so this might not make any sense in real life, but metaphorically, what I'm getting is there was kind of someone potentially stunting the growth of something that you were trying to progress. Now, again, this could be something unseen within yourself that was impacting you, because this actually came out on top of that butterfly card, which is talking about it could even be an inner saboteur. You know, something stunting that growth could have been coming from yourself, of thinking every time, you know, something seemed to start, or obviously this could be about somebody else as well, but every time something seemed to be progressing and developing, it's like it, right at the crucial moment, it got cut short, or stopped in its tracks. I'm seeing that basically that influence that was halting progress has been dealt with and finished. Finito, finally, full stop. That's not a factor anymore. I want to, before I shuffle it away at the bottom of the deck, when that came out, was the King of Wands. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, but that's also talking about confidence, that's talking about self-belief. The King of Wands in the upright, has a lot of self-belief. And they don't really question their chances in a situation. It's just this self-esteem that kind of keeps them going. And the thing is, someone like that, when they have the belief in themselves, that this is going to work out, it normally does, because obviously that's an element of manifestation as well. Can you tell me more about what this devil was? What was the devil here? Thank you. Hold on. Okay, so this could have been a devil impacting somebody else here that you had this chemistry with that I was talking about, because the King of Pentacles came out when I was saying hold on. That's earth energy. It can talk about Capricorn. It can be, so it could be another earth sign that you're dealing with, Cap. Can also be Taurus and Virgo. It landed on top of the chemistry card. Tell me more about that King of Pentacles, please. For some of you, maybe you are actually releasing another earth sign who you felt, you know, every time you thought it was going to go somewhere, it suddenly got stopped. Now, it could be about the fact that you're done and you're moving on, and this person now wants to confess why they seemed very hard to pin down. I'm sorry, as soon as I started saying that sentence, my ear rang like a bell and I couldn't really hear myself speak. Okay. Woo. Why the King of Pentacles, please? The Hierophant, that's Taurus's major arcana. Eight of Cups in reverse. This could be that they actually needed to let something go as well, because the Eight of Cups in this deck, traditionally we think of the Eight of Cups as someone walking away from a situation that was emotionally unfulfilling. In this deck, if I show you in the upright, it's someone who hasn't let something go. They're actually still sat in the wreckage of the broken cups. They're sat in the wreckage of a situation that didn't work out, but they're not going off and finding their 9 cups somewhere else. In fact, they're just sat stagnant and focused on what didn't work out, basically. You know, other people, whoever this didn't work out with, have left the scene, and they're left on their own mourning the fact that it didn't work out. But this is also leaving themselves in a very unsatisfactory emotional situation, but they feel like they couldn't move on. In the reverse, this is actually someone getting out of that place. What is it that's over and done? Tell me about the Death Oracle card, please. This feels like a shadow that's been hanging over. It's either over this person who you had this chemistry with, Cap, or over you, or both. But it's done. So tell me, what was it? The Three of Swords sideways. And the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Why the Three of Swords sideways? The Two of Swords sideways came out like this on my table, and at the bottom of the deck, again, even after that, is the Two of Wands. Okay, this feels like a previous heartbreak, where basically someone couldn't choose to move on from it. As in, they maybe weren't aware that they weren't choosing this. This is someone in denial about the fact that they hadn't moved on from a previous heartbreak. They weren't aware of it, potentially. This pain, it's like someone who refused to start something somewhere else. They may not have been completely aware it was because they were still hanging on to someone else. They weren't over somebody else. But I don't think they were completely aware that that was why they weren't getting into something new. Tell me about this stress and elusive, please, for the oracle cards. Four of Swords in reverse. Now this Four of Swords card on the upright talks about taking a time out and not speaking with somebody. There's been a, okay, you go to your corner, I'm going to mine, and we need to like not communicate for a while here. So it's in reverse, and then Justice is at the bottom of the deck, which is Libra's major arcana. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I feel like this person is revealing things to you that they had kept hidden from you before, Capricorn. Underneath the Justice card, we have the World. Just flashed her. She's pretty naked. Hopefully YouTube won't get too upset about that. Underneath Justice in the World, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. There's the elusive deception. But the Six of Swords in this deck talks about seeing solutions, seeing a way forward. I mean, you can't find a solution to a situation if you don't know what's really going on. Underneath the Seven of Swords is Temperance, the High Priestess, and the Star card. More nudity. I'm just throwing caution to the wind here. But to sum it all up, there is the new chapter that you have deserved to have, Capricorn, coming. And it's the opportunity for a new chapter. Obviously, it's up to you as individuals if you want to take it or not. But effectively, this is fair and right that you have a new chapter of some sort, and it's very like it's action orientated. It's like, let's do something, let's make this happen. And it is with a soulmate, it's with someone you have a very strong tie and bond to. But there's also like how this is going to work out is by being upfront and honest about things that were in the shadows before. There's a lot of healing. There's also a lot of involved or coming because of this. But it's also saying that it's a healing of you being able to trust your intuition, what comes out here. Because if you felt like this, it's so frustrating when you feel such a level of like a pull towards someone, or the sparks literally bouncing off of each of you or whatever when you're together, but then there's no acknowledgement of that. And it's like, you know, that kind of thing will make you question your intuition as, was I on the money here? Because it's like every time I try and make this happen or try and progress it, it's like I don't know, it's like sand through your fingers. You can't hold on to it. So there is potential of healing a connection with someone for you, Capricorn, if you want to. But there's also a healing of being able to know that you were on the money. So it's a healing for yourself as well. If you've ever been gaslit, seriously, in this lifetime, when you find out that you were right the whole time, it's a very like, it's not just about like a vindication or like a, yeah, screw you, I knew I was right. It's not that. It's more just like a relief that you know your instincts were correct. So that's why I'm talking about the healing there. So anything else you can tell me about this? What is being left behind? What is ending? What's being released? The King of Swords, this came out. But at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles, which can be you. Tell me about the King of Swords. We already saw the King of Pentacles, so strong earth, that's your counterparts as well, King, Queen of Pentacles. Why the King of Swords, please? King of Swords is very honest in the upright, very direct, sees things for what they are, deals with them, very logical, very strong in their thought processes, in their frame of mind. Tell me about the King of Swords. Okay. Now the Queen of Pentacles has come out after all that shuffling on top of the King of Swords. What's with this? Because I've got the King, Queen of Pentacles and a King of Swords. Six of Swords now comes out with the Ten of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. I do have two kings here as well. Okay, hold on. No. No, forget that. I was about to say, could there be like releasing a King of Pentacles potentially and moving towards a King of Swords? However, or vice versa. However, underneath the Ace of Cups is the Queen of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Lovers card. This feels like more about a direct, honest conversation. I feel like you're coming through as both earth and air, like the two of you. What does this King of Swords want to say? I think they may have been struggling to release a, could have been a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who they were, like they'd kind of been abandoned by, and they couldn't get over the fact that they had been left behind by that person. Why the King of Swords? The Sun comes out and the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Two of Wands in this deck talks about a really confident choice. Like someone is making a decision and they're very, like there's no question behind it. It feels like someone who felt immense pressure about making some sort of choice like related to this for a long time, so they've dodged and ducked and deflected, but now they're getting a real strong grip with the situation, and it almost feels like this is the only logical, like they can't stay hurt or pining over something that ended a long time ago. It's like a waste of life, of time, and it's like suddenly things have clicked for this person. With the Sun, that can talk about illumination as well. And wanting, the focus on here is wanting to be happy. I would love to see it. Five of Swords in reverse. This was like an unspoken, an unspoken contract, I want to say, between you and this person. Because the Five of Swords came out on top of one day. So it was like, this was one day this will come together between the two of us. One day this will, we'll have the conversation. One day, we'll acknowledge the chemistry that's flying here. But it must have been extremely frustrating to have felt like you just can't pull that conversation out. It's like trying to get blood from a stone. It's just never, anytime you try and go in that direction, a wall goes up. Okay, let's get some more. What is coming towards Capricorn next, please, in any regard? What's coming towards? Unbothered. Yeah, cool. Tell me more for Capricorn, please. Okay, we have running in reverse. Tell me more. We have Boss Daddy, Stable, rich, business owner, CEO, big D energy. We have romantic love affair. Why is running in reverse, please? Why is running in reverse? Oh, we have talking shiz. We have threatening at the bottom of the deck, intimidating, threatened, bothered. But this is interesting because we already had the unbothered card came out first. I wonder if this person was also, or obviously if it's you, Capricorn, just apply that, but someone is actually dealing with a situation head on with that running in reverse instead of trying to avoid it. Now, with that, I was talking about them kind of not being over a previous situation. There could have been some element of, oh wow. There could have been some element of like feeling worried about the repercussions if they did move on from that previous situation. Because underneath threatening as well, I just saw was into you. Good chemistry, great vibes. And underneath it is moving on. And then broke ASS. I feel like there could have been an element of either they were literally being threatened by someone that things had ended with, that if they moved on to someone new, then it would impact their finances in some way, like they would be in trouble. But also the fact that talking shiz came out, it kind of tells me that could have been a lot of hot air as well. It could have been more to try and intimidate someone into suffering rather than they had anything to back up those claims. But what I'm getting is that with the fact that unbothered came out, it's like someone's not going to be controlled by that threat. Now, whether that threat was actually being made, the other thing I would say is that it could have been someone's fear that that's what would happen, like the fear of the repercussions, even if no real threat had been made. Anything else? What's coming towards Capricorn, please? Right, okay. We have Queen rising, stepping into power, praised, coming up, spotlight. See, scarcity tactics at the bottom of the deck. Wow. And underneath that is ain't shiz. Sorry, I just have to cover it up. There is a card on the floor. I just really want to see what that is, so just bear with me. Okay, oh, okay. So it's karmic friends. Can't fully trust them, tension, secret competition, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This is someone in the situation. It could be on both sides, could just be on their side or just yours, Cap, so just take it as it resonates. Was basically trying to suggest also that it wasn't worth risking something with you because you weren't really that special anyway. And basically like suggesting that it's not worth risking the repercussions of someone else going towards Capricorn because they're not really as special as you might think they are. I hope that makes sense. Why is running in reverse? It's basically trying to like put it in somebody's mind that they should be fearful. But I love the fact that the unbothered card came out because it's like these scarcity tactics are no longer working. Why is running in reverse? We are fishing for comments. Why fishing for comments? Moves in silence. I feel like this person basically is trying to see what you'll say before they make some sort of, it's like a preparation phase to see if you're open to talking to them. What is this? We have drama starter and then inside scoop. A closer look, nosy, up in your business. And then underneath that is unfazed. Okay, well someone is, this could be also something external to any like love situation here, but someone is trying to, this would be like, if you have any conflict with someone who's trying to be very dramatic, they have been talking about you to other people, and that those other people are kind of going to you and be like, what do you think about so-and-so, to see what you say. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. It's like, just kind of trying to describe a soap opera, but someone is bothered. They are bothered, you're not. The unbothered and unfazed. But it's like, someone wants to know why you're not bothered, and they want to try and like, so just be cautious of anyone asking you about like anyone that you have had an issue with, Capricorn. So because they're trying to catch you out, trying to catch what you're going to say something, so that they can report back to the person that you have the issue with. So just be the bigger person, be very high vibe. Even if it is a little bit, it might seem a little bit phony, just be elegant about it. Don't be tempted, especially if this is in the workplace or something like that. Sometimes in the workplace you just have to put on big pants, professionalism, and don't get drawn into, because the fact that moves in silence and fishing for comments, this is like there's someone else who is using somebody to get you to say something. I hope that makes sense. Tell me more. What's coming towards Capricorn, please, in any regard? We have the Page of Swords. There's going to be people watching you. And when that came out, the deck split to show the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The reason they're going to be watching you is because they're watching you potentially moving forward, being in love with somebody, watching you being very happy, watching you potentially, the Ten of Cups can sometimes talk about a reunion, depends on your situation, but it's basically people are going to be watching you being very happy and in love, if that's what you want. If you don't want to be in love, then just don't take that part of the reading. What's coming towards Capricorn next in love, please? Okay, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We have Judgment, which interestingly came out on top of this Two of Swords, Three of Swords sideways situation. So it's almost like that. If you think about a traditional Celtic cross spread for the tarot, the center position is the current situation, which is in the, in the vertical, and then the card you place on top is the challenge, or the crossing, what's crossing the current situation. So essentially, I mentioned that because that's what's come to mind, because in that spread, this vertical card would come at the back, and it would be like, the situation is a judgment call needs to be made, but what is the challenge is that someone feels like they're torn or is in an impossible situation. The Two of Swords can sometimes be like being stuck between a rock and a hard place, like someone's going to get hurt. Like whatever choice I make in this situation, I'm going to hurt somebody, or there's going to be fallout, or there's going to be heartbreak one way or another. So the fact that this landed on top of these two like this, what's coming is actually someone, there's a culmination, there's a climax, there's a breaking point, if you like, happening, especially with the Ten of Wands actually in reverse. This is reaching culmination and it being released. Enough is enough, I want to say as well here, in terms of there could be an element of someone wasn't making a choice for the sake of someone else's feelings. At the bottom of the deck when the Judgment came out is the Hierophant, which is Taurus's major arcana, which came out with the King of Pentacles, as I mentioned already. Underneath that is the Fool, the Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. It could have been family for some, or tradition or rules of this is how we do things, and therefore you can't make the choice you want to make. But I really feel like someone is... They have done all that they needed to do in this situation. They were ducking and dodging what they really wanted to happen with you, Capricorn, because they felt the responsibility, they felt the burden or the weight of expectation in another situation. That is, it's run its course, I want to say. Tell me about Judgment. What's coming towards Capricorn? Ace of Wands with the Five of Cups. Wow, look at that. Look at that. At the bottom of the deck is the Star card, which is Aquarius's major arcana. Underneath it is the Devil, which is, again, Capricorn's your major arcana. Underneath it is the Seven of Swords, and then underneath it is the World. And I'm just talking about the culmination of the dodging and ducking because of that controlling, restrictive influence. Remember, we already had the Devil in reverse as well. This is like the path, the destined path for this person was potentially to go towards you, Capricorn, with the Star card. However, they were completely in an elusive, like, I just, this saying always pops into my head, or quote from a film, because it always reminds me of a air sign energy. It's from a film called House of Flying Daggers, which is an absolutely stunning film. And there is a very handsome gentleman actor and character in the the film, sorry. And he says at one point to the female character, who's also stunning, and she's like almost trying to develop a connection, a relationship between the two of them. And he describes himself as the wind. Like he's like a playful wind that comes and goes. Tangent, but basically when I get with that elusive energy, and I was talking about like trying to catch sand in your fingers and it's just rushing through, it's like this elusive energy was just like would come and go, and maybe you could feel it even when the person wasn't with you, but it was very like transient, and it wasn't something that you could tangibly lock down. Not in a bad way, like not trying to lock someone down and like control them and lock them in, but kind of just for them to be present and consistent. This is like someone who was here, you know, but then they would pass through and then they were gone again. But this was because of this, like this devil hanging over them, basically, which they wouldn't never completely open and honest with you about what was going on there. Again, though, the World, huge culmination of that whatever is what that was about is done. Those first three oracle cards that I pulled all talk about, I said it was you, but it feels like it's, I mean, it could still, this could be flipped, obviously take it as it resonates, but yeah, it's truly done. Why is the Five of Cups with this Ace of Wands though? Why the Three of Swords in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse underneath it. Whoa. Sorry, it was like this, so all I saw was the Page of Pentacles, and then I spread them out, and it's the Ace of Cups, the Magician, and the Page of Pentacles. Another ace, but basically the Five of Cups, there's regret attached to the fact that there wasn't the honesty from them in the past. Now, bearing in mind, because I sometimes just get really nasty comments complaining about things that I can't control. I am not intentionally trying to give you a message about an ex. It's what's coming through in the reading. Now, as I said, you're all on different timelines. So for some of you, this is something you've already experienced, and I'm telling you what is the next step, the next chapter, what's happening. For others of you, this could be that you're meeting someone and you're a different part of the timeline. and you're having all this chemistry, but it's everything I've just described. In that case, you could just take this as future, that there's the regret that they may have been very cold and dismissive about the pain that they were still attached to. They weren't direct about that with you. So that's the element of regret that is attached to this opportunity for a new beginning. However, there is still so much opportunity here. This is talking about a new relationship, a new chapter manifesting for you, Capricorn. Oh shit, we're at 40 minutes already. How did that happen? I haven't even got a message from them. Oh, I've just been talking and talking. All right, let me just get a message for you from this person to finish off then. Didn't even feel like I paused that much. All right, there you go. There you go. Commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. At the bottom of the deck is holding back. I should have expressed myself better. Anything else? Actually, the forgiveness card came out in reverse, which would say, I'm struggling to get over the past. It's in the reverse. Holding back card came out, and at the bottom of the deck is soul tie. I always feel connected to you. There you go. I mean, beautiful. It's already what I've described. The fact that this came out in reverse is perfection, because actually I think what you've been dealing with here, Capricorn, is someone who couldn't let go of something that happened to them in the past, whether there was also an element of fear of retribution if they did let it go, but also maybe they felt like they shouldn't let it go, like they should continue suffering and holding on to that they didn't deserve, to let it go and be happy with somebody else, for some of you as well. But basically this is perfect, because this whole thing has been about what is in the past, and it's not about you, actually, it's about another situation. They have been holding back from what they wanted with you because of that previous situation, which they're finally releasing. Beautiful. That's what I've got for you this time, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching and listening. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to have more of my Cappy crew. I'm a Capricorn as well, if I didn't say already in this video. And if you would like to leave a comment, either to say thank you, I appreciate it, or if it resonated, let me know. And I wish you all my best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.